Folks, welcome to Best Stock Charts for the coming week. This is Bob Desmond over at the Contrarian Trader, and we're going to talk about 5 stocks that I like. Sierra Wireless, James River Corp, EDC, ETF, Emerging Markets, Leveraged ETF. If you don't want the volatility, EEM, INTU, Intuit, and Boeing. So those are our 5 plays. Now, how are we going to play these? Probably a mixture of options, selling premium, and buying some common share. So how did we do last week? Well, we had a really good week. We obviously toughed it out early on in the week. We did a lot of buying midweek, and we did some selling on Friday afternoon. We definitely lightened up. We got liquid, and that's been the name of the game. You got to be liquid in this market to take advantage of opportunities. So we did that. As a matter of fact, on Thursday night, here's what I had to say. It's a brief collage, and I hope you get a laugh out of the audio. I had to speed it up, so I hope you smile.
We're going to talk about some headlines that are positive for the market, some observations that I have using sentiment indicators, some charts that I like that imply that we will probably get in the very, very short term a counter trend rally in the market. Sentiment is horrible. You look on Twitter, my feed is mostly financial, and I can't find a positive comment out there. So as a contrarian, these are all indicators to me that you got to be buying. What we've been doing these past couple of days, we've been buying. I'm going to talk to you why. All right, let's talk about other good things here in the market. You have the bull bear sentiment index. We're at levels, folks, that are below, or we're below. We've come back a little bit below the 2020 crash, below the 2010 swoon, below the 2008 swoon. A lot of bearish sentiment. As a contrarian, I look at this and I say, okay, this is good. This is good stuff. Now we need to start shopping. We need to take that liquidity that we kept on the sidelines. We now need to put it to work. We have to step into the breach, buy when there's blood in the street, and then sell the rally. Get out quick. What might force the market up higher? On that inflation topic, again, when you take a look at the Pring's inflation index, this is a weekly chart. Believe it or not, you won't know it by listening to the talking heads, or you won't hear it by watching Twitter. I'm telling you, I was just on there. I can't find a happy voice. We peaked out the week of April the 11th on the Pring's inflation index, and we are now gapping down week over week. So this is a good sign. Psychological indicators. Here's the bulls versus bears index. So you can see that in red are your bulls. They are far more pessimistic than what they were, but usually this crossover implies that you're at a low, at least a short-term low, and that you're due for a rally. So this is a sentiment indicator, just like this bull bear indicator. So this is bullish for equities. High-low ratio. I won't go into details. I'll keep it simple. Any read down below 0.1 is a sign you're at a bottom. Doesn't necessarily mean we're going to pop up tomorrow, but we're close. We're very, very close to a short-term bottom.
So as I mentioned in the commentary on Thursday night, I'll link to the entire stream at the end of this video. So if you want to watch it, it's available to you as well. I mentioned that there were psychological indicators in place that were very bullish for the market. Nobody was bullish on Twitter. I mean, crickets. And I said, man, I'm seeing support levels on the charts. If you go to the video, you can see them. I think that we're going to bounce here, and that we need to be long of this market. And obviously that's what we did early on. And again, we got liquid on Friday. What's our game plan moving forward? Well, I went over it with members. I posted only a few minutes ago in the members area the week ahead strategy session. And what we're doing is we're going back to a strategy that has worked for us since April of last year, and that is staying above the fray as best as possible. Sometimes you can't do it, but what we're doing is we're selling premium. We're selling options. So I don't care if we open up 1% down on Monday, stay down another % on Tuesday. I don't care. I want to use the volatility to our advantage. So that's why we're selling premium. We're generating cash flow, and we're avoiding the day-to-day fluctuations that most other investors are not. They're fighting the market. So if you're not currently a member of the Contrarian Trader, 14-day free trial offer, link below. So let's go to the charts. And before we do that, a shout out to our sponsor. Our sponsor is TrendSpider. Folks, don't settle for ordinary trading software. Automate your grunt work, speed up your technical analysis, and at the same time, improve your accuracy. How do you do that? We use a rules-based approach. If this, then that. Meaning, if a support level is hit that we set up an alert at, well, what we do is we begin buying at that support level. And then if there is resistance above that the automated trend lines have identified for us using TrendSpider's algorithm, well, we buy more. We add to that position because what the charts are telling us is that it's validating what our opinion was, is that if we are buying the stock, not shorting, but buying the stock, we bought a support, it breaks out. Well, the charts just validated our thesis. We're accurate. Why not buy more? Because the probabilities of the shares moving up higher are very strong. The same holds true if you're shorting a stock. If it hits a resistance level and you short into it, well then you want to add more once you break down below a support level. TrendSpider identifies all of these support levels for you. You create your alerts, reduce costly analytical mistakes, and find winning chart setups with their scanners. One of the most powerful elements, and I'm going to use this today, that TrendSpider has is seasonality. What month, what week, what day of the year, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, how does the stock perform during that time frame? This is powerful data that have at your disposal. They have a 35% discount offer this week. I get a 35% discount as well. Use the link below. If you're watching this next week and their deal is off, I have a 35% discount code as well, so you won't miss out. So tomorrow night, Sunday Night Futures Live, we're going to be going live 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about the futures action. Join us. Click the subscribe button, like button. What else do we need to do? Oh, if you want to get alerted 15 minutes to a half hour prior to us going live Sunday night, use the email link below to get notified. No spam. We hate spam too. Or get my 5-part video tutorial free of charge. My top 5 favorite candlestick patterns. Use the link below. That'll be sent to you free. Let's go to the charts. Okay, so the first chart that we want to go over is Sierra Wireless. This is a bullish play, one that I would probably buy the common stock, but we can't do it right now. The reason is that we're trading above the 3rd standard deviation Bollinger Band. So we're overbought here. We need this froth to come off. And ideally, we pull back. These are the automated trend lines. I did not draw these lines. Click of a button, we pull back to retest this lower band of support. So I can create an alert here, which I'm going to do. Keep some sensitivity on there. Get notified quickly. And there you have it. Our alert is set. So we're good to go here. Volume has been really, really strong. So what Sierra Wireless is doing is showing relative strength versus the S&P 500. You may be saying, well, the S&P 500 was up on Friday. Yes, true. But Sierra Wireless was up 4 out of the 5 trading days last week and clearly outperforming the market, especially when you look at it on a weekly time frame. And we had a beautiful outside reversal bar or a bullish engulfing. Beautiful. Ideally, again, we pull back. I'm not sure if this is a different support level, but we'll create an alert just in case it's not the same support level as the daily chart. Our alert is now set. RSI is validating the breakout. So Sierra Wireless looking very, very good here moving into the new trading week. And if we do enter the trade, I will be sending out an alert to members. Next chart up, JRVR. Another one where I would probably buy the stock. This is a weekly chart. Again, the value of the automated trend lines. I did not draw these support levels. The algorithm did. Click of a button. So we broke out the week of March the 28th. We pulled back, series of retests. It held, and last week, boom, continuation breakout. So JRVR is looking rock solid here I'm loving RSI with its higher lows. Very strong chart. Daily chart, we broke out last week, did a couple of retests on a daily time frame. Look at this beautiful consolidation range. So this is really, really powerful data to have at your disposal, especially when you have identified for you where you need to look to be a seller or where not to buy. Where not to buy, and a great place where to, if you're a swing trader, you're looking to book some profits. Well, where I'm setting my alert is where I would want to be looking to exit the trade and certainly not buying. Now is where we want to buy at these support levels. So JRVR, resistance, book some profits. And we'll keep this active for a while. So our alerts are set. And what I want to do here, I want to check out seasonality. And I didn't do it for Sierra Wireless, so I'm going to go with that one as well. My apologies. So we have data going back. We're going to use a monthly chart. Wow, they updated this. What do they do here? Cool. Well, I'm going to play with this later on. These guys are always working on this. Something always new. All right, so we don't have much data here. There's only 2 years worth of data. Oh, anyway, hold on. This is hours of the day. How did that happen? Now, this is data going back 7 years. And you can see that May is a fairly strong month. But by far, the months of June and August are the best months out of the year. So we have seasonality working in our favor here. So how does this influence our trade, especially in a market like this? Well, it'll influence our size, the size of our trade. So if the market holds up here and we get a continuation breakout on JRVR, well, I know I have seasonality in the back of my mind that's being supportive of the share price, especially as we go into the summer months. So I'm willing to put on a bigger trade here of James River, and I set the alert of where his resistance is. It'll be a big position, yet what I'll do is, as we're hitting that resistance level, I'll take some off. We'll retrace, we'll move up higher, ideally, we'll move up higher, and we'll take some more off, and we'll probably be out by the end of August if we stick around that long. So JRVR looking really good here from a technical and seasonality perspective. Now let's check out Sierra Wireless. This company's been around for a long time, so I'm sure there's plenty of data here for seasonality. Now, May's an okay month, but June and July, it gets better. The best months out of the year, this goes back 11 years now, October, December are very strong months. So we're in a okay period of time. I would not get aggressive here buying Sierra Wireless based upon the seasonality, but it's looking optimistic. So I like the technicals. I like the seasonality factor. Good. We've done our homework. We're good to go here. Our alerts are set for these two stocks. Now let's move on to emerging markets. Now, I'm a bear on the dollar. I think that the dollar could still move up, but I've been calling for a top on the dollar for the past couple of weeks. And I have not been proven right on that, except for Friday, we began to roll over. Far too much optimism on the dollar. Now, we'll begin with a weekly chart. Now, it's an okay chart. What matters along with the technicals here is that we have the US dollar, which breaks down because emerging markets trade inversely of the US dollar. Why? Because a rising, strong US dollar is like it's an additional tax on emerging markets. So if the dollar pulls back, it's like a tax cut. So last week, bullish reversal bar. I think we're going to pop up higher here. So what I want to do here, I'll put on a long trade using the common shares, but I'll probably sell because I'm not entirely convinced the dollar is done going up yet. So I'm not going to put on a full position. I'm going to sell deep out of the money, put options. That's a bullish trade. When I sell them, when I buy them, meaning buying puts, that's a bearish trade. But I'm going to sell them, and that discounts my share price. So that's the game plan with EDC. But the key is that we need to see the dollar break before we get aggressive here. Back to the technicals, good volume last week. We do have resistance immediately above. One, a 45-degree angle, upper band of a declining downtrend channel. And another one is pointing out we have some resistance on a weekly time frame as well. So I'm optimistic. I'm not overly optimistic here. We're going to use caution. Daily chart. This is really nice. We broke down on the 9th and recaptured what was support and failed on the 9th is now support yet again. So this is very good price action. We do have more resistance levels above. And what I could do here is overlay on the daily chart, weekly resistance as well. And here's that line in red we saw on the weekly chart. So they're using the same resistance level for a daily and weekly time frame. RSI looking rock solid. W formation breakout, emerging markets looking very good for the new trading week. But remember, the dollar, we need a weak US dollar to make a lot of money here. So if the dollar breaks, which I think it's going to fairly soon, emerging markets is where you want to be. Next chart up, INTU, Intuit. Now, I'm not in love with the chart here. What I am in love with is the overvalued options on Intuit. So I'm not going to be a buyer of options. I'm going to be a seller of options. Again, going back to what I said earlier, we want to generate cash flow. We want consistency. So I'm not going to sell an at the money put or call option. No. I'm going to sell a deep out of the money, above resistance levels call option, and I'm going to sell a deep out of the money put option below support levels below. Why? It's because I want to be as far away from the share price just in case we get a binary event. What is that? Well, a stock market crash. All right, we definitely don't want to trade this into earnings, and we want to be very, very far away from the share price while taking advantage of the overvalued options. And once the overvalued options, the valuation reverts to the mean, which they always do. That's IV crush. We'll book our profits. We'll gain profits from the IV crush and time decay. Because when you're selling premium, when you're selling options, time is your friend. And it's rare to have any business in the world where time is your friend. Option selling, time is your friend. So weekly chart here, we bounced, still closed down. I'm not enamored with the chart. I like the fact that this stock has been taken to the woodshed. A lot of the fear premium has been taken out of it. So now I'm willing to put on a trade here. But again, I want wide wings. I want to be far away from the share price. And this to me is a neutral bet. I'm going to sell a deep out of the money call and a deep out of the money put. Do I care on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday if the shares are up or down? No. As long as they're not challenging my strikes. That's all I care about. So Intuit looking good. A lot of damage done here. Here's a monthly view. Lots of damage. We're at a rising support level. The 50-period moving average on a monthly support. So I'm loving this. I love the monthly chart here. A lot of damage done. We've already seen the crash here. Now we're going to look to benefit from other people's gains. And that's what we do as contrarians. Boeing. Boeing had some horrible news last week. The FAA denied their approval for their new jet, and the shares are getting killed. We have Boeing trading at 127.20, and they're going lower. So I plan on selling puts here, and I'll probably, since the path of least resistance is clearly down on Boeing, I'll put on what you call a strangle. Same thing as with Intuit. But I'll probably keep the put strike much closer to historical support, which frankly is at around $100 a share, $101 per share. Now you could argue that we closed at a support level or we bounced off a support level, and I would agree. Here we have it. Actually, we have a little ways to go. We bounced off of the lows of April of 2020, but we could still have lower here. And I think we will. Weekly chart. Again, here's my support level I just drew. A tremendous amount of damage done here. Ideally, it goes lower. And ultimately, I want to be an owner of the shares. Okay, this is interesting. Daily chart. These are the automated trend lines. Here's my support level, but this one in blue here, that's the automated trend line. And it's picking off that we popped up on Friday to recapture a support level. So I may not get what I want here, but ultimately, I think that this market longer term is going to go lower. Why? Well, you have a Federal Reserve that's got to fight inflation. And the only way to fight inflation is demand destruction, meaning demand from the public for goods needs to be crushed. How do they do that? Rising interest rates. They need to roll off debt off their balance sheet. And that building up of their balance sheet is what has moved the market up higher over the course of the past 10 odd years. Now, once they begin to reduce the size of that balance sheet, well, then there's really not much to help support the market. So that's going to be a problem. And that comes in June. So buckle up. We may see a continuation rally here in equities, but ultimately I think it's going to get resolved to the downside, and we will be looking to short this market yet again. With that, folks, don't forget Sunday Night Futures Live tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for being here. Click the like button, subscribe. Take advantage of my 14-day free trial offer. If you get any value at a TrendSpider, I give it away free to silver and gold level members. Join us. They have a 7-day free trial offer. Links to everything below. Have a great remainder of your weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Be well.